I've got too many bills.
If you need funds, you can apply in minutes at cashnetusa.com and have the money in your account as soon as the same business day.
Okay, got it. Applying now.
They've been helping hardworking people cover emergency expenses since 2004.
Hey, look, I got it.
You've got this.
When you need money fast, be the hero. All loans subject to lender approval. Speed of funding is subject to verifications and your bank's processing times. See cashnetusa.com for more details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hello, friends and listeners. I'm Natalie Jean, and I, along with Amber Nelson, host the show Place Under Neith, the show that you are, in fact, currently listening to. We are on a season break at the moment, and so in the meantime, we are uploading our live streams from Twitch over to this feed. The Twitch shows are Wednesday evenings at twitch.tv/LPNTV, and then they will be uploaded to this feed a couple days later. So if you're new here, we do have much more structured shows during the seasons, but right now in between, you can listen to us spout off about current events and news stories that are happening right now. So thank you guys so much for your patience, for your patronage, and for your focus and attention while you fold your laundry. Someplace underneath.
Excited for my birthday.
I am sorry this is how you're celebrating.
No, I'm very happy. I love to work. Hi, Member Nelson.
Natalie Jean. It's not my birthday, but it is Amber's birthday.
It's my birthday. Oh, we got a hype train incoming. Everybody, thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's my birthday. I am a Cancer. I got emotional about it last week. I got out all my demons. I did my screaming. I did my crying.
Fuck yeah.
Personally, you know, I closed my door to do that kind of stuff. And so tonight, I'm just going to have fun.
I love the idea that you're in your house and you just close your door and you think people can't hear you screaming. Just close door, just just walk out smiling.
Everything's great. Like I'm a Stepford wife to myself.
Do you think your mother tried to time your birth so that you could be born on Independence Day?
I was supposed to be born on the 4th of July, but the doctor said, no, that's my day off. And that was even in Saudi Arabia. They still celebrated American Independence Day.
Oh, right. I forgot you were in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why. They just love it, but...
They do?
Yeah.
They celebrate it there?
Oh, I guess, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted a day off. Who knows?
But so how did they make you come out?
I think they just gave her a C-section.
They just went down there and went like, hey,
come out. I was like, ah.
Oh, you got a C-section. You came out of C-section?
I did C-section baby in the house. Were you C-section?
No, I squished right out of there.
Wow. How long was she in labor?
She wasn't, I think she said she wasn't in it for an insane amount of time, but it wasn't like a super easy.
Even 5 minutes is too fucking long for labor.
And if you've given birth, no matter what form of it, you are a fucking badass. I'm tired of these people saying if you have like epidurals or something, it's like, no. You still ripped a human being out of your body. Get out of here with your elitist. I'm having it in a swimming pool. No, you're allowed to. You're also allowed to do that. You're allowed to do it.
Can I have one on a zip line?
Well, I don't know how they're going to catch the baby. Oh. Somebody's got to just run under you, I guess.
I'm just going to hold on if I can drip out of me. Oh, your garbage friend gifted a bunch of sub tiers. Thank you so much.
I thought I was everyone's garbage friend, but I like that name.
No, you're my non-garbage friend. What's the other word for garbage? Like fresh?
Brent,
Fresh. You're my fresh friend.
Fresh friend. I'm happy to be here. I wish it was. Listen, we're going to be talking positives and negatives today. It's not all negative. There's happiness, there's sadness.
Right.
We all contain these multitudes.
Eleanor Condor Past 69 says, I can't wait for the next Amber Live. I can't wait to do it. Thank you.
I really love the concept that you're doing Amber Live erratically whenever you guys decide to do one.
I guess when they have free time, I'll be here. I sleep under the floorboards.
And it's time for Amber? And she pops up.
Natalie just knocks 3 times. I'm like, thank you.
Hello. I love that. I'm glad that you're going to be just doing sporadic Amber Lives. It's very good. I'm really glad that one spawned the first time because I couldn't get my phone turned on.
Phones, I don't know what it is, but to like update it or get a new one lately, I don't know if it's like people not giving a shit if you live or die or something in the tech world, some like extra little loop thing with connecting a phone. I don't know.
I know that mine had an issue because they were going from physical SIM cards to like a cloud SIM card, and my phone it rejected it.
Yeah.
It said, no, I'm analog. Give me a card. Mm-hmm. And I went, all right, the phone's asking for it.
I don't know.
But then to figure that out, I had to spend 6 or 7 hours on the phone with Verizon. So that was cool.
Oh, my God. Well, we're here now, and we are excited to talk about some events in the news.
Excited is maybe not the exact correct word.
No. I mean, our first story is about a guy who sexually assaulted an underage girl, and he's still allowed to be in the Olympics. Wow.
Yeah.
What a time.
Do we have the article on that? So this is a Dutch man, the Netherlands. And here we have the headline, convicted child rapist qualifies for the Olympics.
Yep.
So we love to see it, right? This is a confusing story to me, and I'm just bringing it up. Obviously, it's horrific and confusing. This guy is 29. His name is Steven van de Velde, and he qualified for the Olympics for Holland, the Netherlands, sorry. And he flew. Okay, my issue with this, there's many issues, of course, but so his crime is laid out in these articles. This wasn't a slightly older kid not checking to see how old somebody was, or like some tryst that happened and it was confusing. This was, he planned out, met a 12-year-old online, planned out a travel. He was I think 19 at the time. He traveled to her to another country to take her virginity. And knew she was 12.
12 is really tiny. Like, I don't know if we can, like, imagine it right now, but they're so small. Like, why would you be like, yeah?
Because something's broken intrinsically inside of you, I guess. But he had flown from Amsterdam to the UK when he was 19 to meet his victim, a girl he knew was just 12. He had gone to the home of the victim, with whom he had communicated on social media before arranging to visit her while her mother was out, and had taken her virginity. So he says at some point, it's his his biggest regret.
Oh, he's so sad about it, Natalie.
He said he's really sorry.
He's really sorry.
He said he's really, really sorry about it. This is somebody, in my opinion, who is a predator. He's not a safe person. This isn't, this accident, we fell into this, I didn't realize she was at a party and I didn't. He premeditated and sought out a child to have sex with.
And when you're at the Olympics, you're with a lot of people in very small, confined quarters. Now you're putting other women in the Olympics at risk to have him there.
Yeah. And even if there aren't victims or children he's around, I don't believe somebody who is an active predator should be celebrated and platformed to what is considered by athletes like the highest place that you can get to is the Olympics. My question is, do they not have any other volleyball players in the whole country?
I think they just don't care. I think people just don't give a shit. And honestly, unless it was people like us, like raising a stink about it, he could win a gold medal. They wouldn't give a fuck, flying fuck.
I don't understand why they thought people wouldn't pay attention to this and then be angry.
Because they don't care. Oh, Thomas, that twerk engine says you can rape a minor, but don't you dare smoke weed. I don't understand these laws.
What? Why are they? How amazing can he be at volleyball?
Because they don't give a shit about girls, Natalie. That's it.
But even if you don't, if you don't give a shit about little girls, didn't you know that it was going to cause this huge problem? And like people are going to be protesting. There's going to be booing the whole time. People are going to be like wanting to get after this man. What part of you didn't understand that was going to happen? How desperately do you need volleyball players? Do we have American volleyball players that could just like become
Dutch for a day? That's my new sitcom.
You're going to have to we need to get you into training in volleyball ASAP.
Right. Yeah, fuck this guy, fuck that whole organization and everybody that let him do it. They obviously did not care and they're mad that they got caught.
I agree. I still don't understand how they thought this was just going to go unnoticed.
Somebody wrote, "You're a garbage friend. The Netherlands have some pretty good prison recidivism programs, but it's still a country with a huge religious community. My grandfather escaped some pretty intense religious BS in his family. I had no idea. I thought the Netherlands was more atheist."
Right. And there is that contingent too. But yeah, it's sort of this double-edged sword because they do a lot of reform stuff like that person was just mentioning. And I really support that in many instances. However, I obviously am very vocal about if it is a sex crime, especially with a minor, that's not something that you do time for. There's something that's not right and you're not safe. Almost consistently, that person will reoffend. And because they can't be trusted and they're not safe people, we can't just like let them go like, well, you did your hours.
No, you got a slap on the wrist. No, they're going to do it again.
And he only ended up spending a year in jail for that. So he is a prisoner. He was a prisoner for a year, but they were going to give him 4 years whenever I think it was originally going to be tried in the UK because that's where the crime was. But then he got, sent back to his country. What's the word? Deported. Thank you, Tirzo.
The clown with the deported answer.
Yeah. So when he went back, his sentence was reduced, even though 4 years is also not really a good amount of time for that. It became a year. And then he got out and I guess played the fuck out of volleyball. He just really spent a lot of volleyball time after that. And now he is going to be causing this huge, I mean, people are not going to just forget this. This is one of those things where, yeah, I know that we allow a lot of things to be like passed through and we just like we look the other way. A 12-year-old kid getting assaulted, people are going to be fucking enraged. It's going to continue. I don't know why they think he can just go and people aren't going to care.
There's a lot of news. We're being inundated with a lot of like hot topics, hot takes every 5 seconds. They probably thought we'd forget, but we're not going to forget. And when he comes on that screen, I want everyone to boo.
Yeah, I imagine this is an easy crime for most humans to get mad at. You know, this is unifying a lot of different kinds of people. There's other crimes that people will be like, this is a little girl. People are going to not just like let it go.
No. Final Angle 13. That is literally putting female athletes at risk and allowing him to compete is offensive. I mean, they're sleeping in close quarters. They're around. Like, you can't have this man here. He's committed it again.
He said he was sorry. He said, man. Damn it.
I don't understand what these kind of people want. Like, what do you want from us?
Who? Which people?
I don't know, Natalie. I'm mad. I don't know who.
Which people?
Fuck these people.
No, I'm with you.
I don't know. Do they just want, like, a hole in the ground they can put their dick in and a baby comes out every 9 months? And if it's a female, put it back in the ground?
The lawmakers, you mean?
Yeah. Who is they?
I don't know.
Who am I mad at, Natalie?
Sometimes it's hard to figure it out who they is.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, pining for Olympic cheating scandals for sure. Oh, Connor passing a 69. Let's go back. I know, the bar is in hell. But if it's just financial crimes, steroids.
Right. That one guy, the preacher who, might have helped assist his wife and ending her own life and that terminated her own body because he had the will to do so. And
JP Miller. Oh, boy, JP.
But he's getting caught for financial crimes. So, I mean, really, fuck women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
fuck
it sucks.
Us.
It really sucks. But I don't know if we're going to get to it today, but there is a really fun video you can find if we don't get to it of people are not letting go of what he did. And so they stand outside of his church every Sunday and protest. And last Sunday, he showed up and was confronting them. And I'm so proud of those protesters. They were a lot of women, but there was men there too. But just him trying to be like, what? And them just screaming in his face. We're not stopping until you get handcuffs on your wrist. Fuck you.
Fuck him.
And he tried to turn the sprinklers on them, and they were just like, yeah, thanks for the water.
I like that.
Yeah. So if we don't get to that today, definitely go look it up.
Back so soon? Oh no, what happened?
A little incident at the dog park. We gotta head to the vet.
Oh, not again. These bills.
We can use CashNet USA. We can apply in minutes, get a fast decision, and have the money in the account as soon as the same business day. All right, Cheddar, back in the car.
When you need money fast, be the hero. All loans subject to lender approval. Speed of funding is subject to verifications and your bank's processing times. See CashNetUSA.com for more details.
Summer's here, and with weekend getaways, celebrations, and more on your calendar, Nordstrom has everything you need for your best dress season ever. From playful prints and breezy fabrics to 70s-inspired looks and bright handbags. Discover new arrivals from your favorite brands like Reformation, Veronica Beard, Farm Rio, Levi's, and more. It's easy, too, with free shipping and free returns, in-store order pickup, and more. Plus, Nordy Club members enjoy free 2-day shipping on thousands of items in select areas. Shop today in stores and at Nordstrom.com.
We do have another thing that's somewhat happy. I'm happy about it as much as you can be. We covered a missing case in the second season of a girl named Zion Foster. And it was really one of those very frustrating cases where there's no body. She's still missing. But it's all circumstantial evidence. There's nothing directly, or there wasn't really. So to review, if you guys had ever listened to it, you don't know this story. She was, I believe, 17. She was a senior in high school. She disappeared one night, and the last person she was known to be with was her cousin, who was, I don't think blood related, but was like a cousin through a stepfather or something like that. So it was this kid who was 23 at the time. He was a father, and she allegedly had gone to his house that night, and his story eventually became, when he first pretended like he hadn't seen her, when they realized they could trace her to his house, he was like, okay, she was there, we were smoking weed, and she just died out of nowhere. And I panicked, and I took her body and I put her in the trash.
But they couldn't find her, even though that's kind of an easy thing to find, I think. Go where the trash goes.
Well, and to be fair, the police and the community searched landfills for weeks looking for evidence of her. So there was a lot of people who really stepped up and tried to help. So the cousin's name is Jalen Brazier. If you want to can you pull Zion's picture up? There she is. So she, hung out with this cousin sometimes. And that night, like he said, this stuff happened and then was like, but it was all an accident, right? And so when we were covering it, he had been arrested for this, but because they didn't have any evidence, he spent a very limited time in jail. And it was very angering because he very clearly, something more happened. And the police at the time, I guess maybe we didn't know what was happening, but apparently they were maybe gathering evidence. Mm-hmm. But they released him. He was charged initially with something to do with hiding it was something, I forget what the charge was, but it was basically not the murder charge. And he, it's another person we were just talking about with Stefan Stearns. He accidentally factory reset his phone.
Oh, no. You know how you do when you factory reset your phone every Tuesday?
Yeah, man. So right after he admitted to all of these things, that he had thrown his cousin's body in the trash, they were like, well, we need to look through your phone. And he was like, totally. I accidentally factor. It's so crazy you guys are asking me this right now. And they're like, okay, dude. So they took the phone, and just so you know, if you commit a bunch of crimes and then try to factory reset your phone, they usually can still find the stuff that was on your phone.
Everything's on the internet forever, and that's in the Bible.
That is in the Bible.
Yeah.
And, sometimes that sucks. In these cases, I'm glad that it's there forever. And so apparently, after we did the episode, that's sort of where it landed. And he had not really spent much time in jail. He was out again. And it turns out that the cops were actually doing more work. And I'm glad. I know we criticized the cops a lot. I really thought they were just going to let him go. Right. But they looked through his phone, and they don't have direct evidence. They probably never will. He still denies. He did eventually change the story to, actually, we were doing acid. And I think she had epilepsy and she had a seizure, which there's no proof of that. Her mother was like, she did not have epilepsy. And he will never probably say the truth. But what they did end up finding on his phone is, again, more evidence, circumstantial evidence, but was enough for a jury to find him guilty of murder. And a lot of it was violent porn, specifically violent searching out step-cousin porn. And like cousin porn and violent step-cousin porn. And also, I think they said 4,000 text exchanges, even though he told Zion's mother they had barely seen each other. He had been in full communication with her, again, a minor, while he was an adult father. He had now has 3 children. His girlfriend was pregnant at the time of this accidental death, quote unquote. It's definitely not that. I think that he probably acted on his impulses.
Violent porn, I hate it, Natalie.
But he was grooming her. It was very clear through those texts that he was grooming her. He would say really weird stuff to her about how his girlfriend was super jealous of her. Like that he thought, haha, isn't it funny how my girl thinks we're in a couple? Isn't that funny and weird? And all like that kind of shit. This was like a 10th grader when this was all happening, right? So it wasn't enough evidence to find him guilty of the murder, through the physical evidence, but it was enough that they found him guilty, and he is going to be going to jail for a long, long time. And I'm really, really thankful for that. So he was released in 2023 the first time after serving only 10 months. But now, after this trial, he is going to face... I don't know where his charges went.
Blanca the Fair says, I knew it. She rejected him, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, that's sometimes when they're like, just say no.
Yep.
We don't know for sure like this, but this shit kind of happens. You say no, he flips his mind.
Oh, when people are victim blaming and stuff?
Yeah. Why don't you say no?
Yeah. Because apparently you'll get strangled or whatever he did. And we don't even know. There's footage of him putting her in the car. And I don't know how much the police have of the footage afterwards, but we don't know if he actually did more. Like, we don't know what the condition of her body was. We don't know if she was assaulted. We don't know if he did physical things to her. But it doesn't matter. I'm really thankful they found him guilty.
Yeah.
And that he's going to go to jail for.
That's good. He should go to jail.
Yeah.
This show makes me want to get a gun.
If you do, you got to go to classes.
Got to go to classes. I got to get it registered. I got to be like legit legal with it.
But also
like,
be really comfortable with it.
I know. And I get scared. I cried. Last time I held a gun, I really, really cried. I cried really hard and I kind of hated it. But like, we just cover all these stories that make me like, I got to protect myself. There's some really sick people out there, Natalie.
Just remember, though, if you're not really trained in firearms, it's not protecting you. It's probably putting you in more danger.
Because they could take it and use it against me.
And also, people accidentally shoot themselves. Guns, I'm not anti-gun, but I definitely stand firmly behind if you're going to own firearms, you need to constantly be training and firing them and understanding how guns work, because they will kill you in a millisecond.
And they're so scary. Well, let's move on. Throwing glass for Bernie says men should start in prison and earn their way out. That would solve some problems. Oh, my God. Yeah, having a gun increases the chances of you being injured in a firearm-related incident by 40%.
Yeah.
No, I just want to... Can I have laser beams in my eyes?
Not to mention when you have kids in the house... I forget what it's a horrific statistic how many kids accidentally kill themselves or their friend because the gun isn't locked away, the parent kept the key somewhere. I was just listening to a case recently where the gun was not locked away, but the door was locked, but they just picked the door lock. Then a kid accidentally shot his friend.
I hate that. Blanca the Fair says, oh my God, Amber, I cried when I went to a gun range too. I hate it. But here we are. What's the next horrible fucking
There's
story?
also, I don't know.
Sorry.
I think you went with Julie, right?
I did. Yeah.
I think that, I don't know how that one is. I haven't been to that one, but some of them are extremely LGBT friendly and women owned or women, there's like women instructors.
They were very lovely. Like the guys showed me how to use it. They were very seemed very progressive and very nice. I pretty dug the people working there. And I guess they have to be nice because if you're mean at a gun range, that's like.
There's a bunch of guns.
There's a bunch of guns. I said, does anybody ever come in here and rob this place? And he's like, that would be the dumbest thing anybody.
I mean, it would be.
And I was like, oh, right. It is our guns.
Do you ever see that video of that gun range? There's a complete dumbass with his friend. They're filming it for their social media or whatever. And it's a guy who's there with they're both not employees. They're just there to shoot. And he picks a gun up and for a picture, he puts the gun to his friend's head.
No!
And you just see the gun range instructor run and slam his hand on the ground and was out. It was really actually impressive how fast he got there in time and just slammed the hand down over the gun and just was you get the fuck out of here. You're done.
You're done. There should be a target on somebody. If they've ever done anything like that, you don't get a weapon. If you've ever yelled at a customer service restaurant worker, you don't get a weapon.
Unfortunately, if you said that to somebody who's yelled at a waitress, they definitely will shoot you. It's like the conundrum of it is the people who don't want regulations on guns are the ones who shouldn't have guns, probably. Right. But yeah. Also, another thing about gun safety I've always learned is you never aim it at anything that you don't want to kill. So never. That's why when you're handling stuff, you have to make sure the barrel's lowered. You never want to have your finger on the trigger unless you are ready to have somebody die. Because it can accidentally happen.
Never mind. I don't want a gun. I don't want it. But Chet's Jamaican Petia says no one ever has a beef at a gun range. Right. It's true.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless it goes really bad.
Get a sword. I might get a sword.
It is fun to just learn weapons.
I could learn the skill and craftsmanship of a sword. And if some guy tries to fuck with me, then death by sword, motherfucker.
It's not going to hurt.
Not him.
To learn swordplay.
Not him. He won't feel a thing. He'll be sliced in half.
Oh, no. You can cause some pain with a sword wound. You can right in the gut. That's one of the worst ways to die, allegedly.
God, can you imagine me taking the LA public transit with a sword?
I bet there's definitely a lot of unique. I get a lot of unique weapons up where we live. Because I have the Citizens app. There's a lot of people wielding planks of wood with nails in them. Just battle axes.
Whoa, that's some Highlander shit.
I've think it's more of a dystopian RoboCop style
Right.
situation.
Also, we should raise the price of machetes. Do you know they're like $7? Too cheap. Way too cheap. Should be $70.
Where are you checking the prices out on machetes?
Because I was like looking at Citizens app and there's so many machete related.
Oh, there's a
incidences.
lot of machetes.
Like, what the fuck's going on? And then I walked by this like army store and I kind of popped in. Machete $7. Come on, what are we doing? Right on Hollywood Boulevard by chance?
Well, some people do use machetes they need to use them for like grasses. I don't know. I just said like I knew what I was talking about.
I gotta cut up my vegetables in the morning with a machete. Like,
I imagine like aren't there gardeners and stuff who need them?
No, they can get a chainsaw. I could bring a chainsaw on the train.
That's better.
Yeah.
Oh God. Earth Empress, don't forget the most important gun rule. Even an unloaded gun is the same as a loaded gun, and that is one of the reasons that chick is in jail for the movie Rust, and she definitely deserves to be there because she was not acting like that. And she was supposed to be guarding all of the weapons and being the responsible person with them. Have you guys heard anything about this Bryson Muir case? Have you heard about it? This is a really crazy layer after layer of stories coming out of it. I will say, I'll start off saying it was a child who was missing, and he was found alive, which is wonderful. So we can start off with that. It's the good news of it. It's this kid named Bryson Muir. Actually, let's just listen to the news story if you want to put it on YouTube.
Breaking news right now as state police raid the Logansport compound where the parents of Bryson Muir live, and that includes Daniel Muir, a former Indianapolis Colts player.
Of course, we've been following this story for some time after police say Bryson went missing back on June 16th. Fox 59's Eric Graves has been part of this coverage since the early onset, and Eric, it does sound like there is some good news here.
Zach and Angela, we have been told that Bryson Muir has been found. That's 14-year-old boy missing since June 16th when his grandmother first called police in the Cleveland area. We are here in Cass County, just outside Logansport. I want to give you a closer look at the investigation going on right now. We're on Sadler Hill Drive. This is just on the other side of US 24. West out of Logansport, where the Muir property is. We believe this to be a very large property. As you can see, this is 3 state police cars, 3 state police officers with large weapons. There's another state police officer off to my right over here that appears to be operating a drone, taking a look out over this property. We believe it to be a couple dozen acres back here from what we have been able to tell. We brought you here for the first time last Wednesday, a week ago, and gave you a view from the US 24, a gate there, a locked gate, big lock on it, several no trespassing signs, along with several homes on the property. This was when we had just been told of Bryson Muir's disappearance. 14-year-old here in Logansport, son of Daniel Muir, former Colts player, Kristen Muir, his mom. He was last seen by his grandma on June 16th. He was beaten and battered at the time, a black eye, a split lip, a swollen face. I talked to his grandma a few days ago. She told me he doesn't know how many times
they showed
that boy had to have been hit for his face to look like that, and Bryson admitted that it was his father, Daniel Muir, who had hit him, and that has been the subject of this ISP work for the past week now as they have tried to get a hold of these parents. It's been an unusual case. When you usually have a missing child, the parents are the biggest advocate trying to find their child. This time, the parents not helping. They had believed they had a meet-up plan for Friday, as we do see ISP begin to get in their cars out here. Now, I was able to take a look around the bend as they have us back here at a safe distance. There was an armored SWAT vehicle inside, and we believe there to be dozens of officers combing this property right now.
I can't believe his family did that to him. That is so sad.
You know, when you hear the word compound, you know it's not going to be good. Something bad's going on. So this was initially a missing case that was probably most notable, I think, because the dad was a former NFL player. So this kid was reported missing by his other family. His grandmother really has been the one fighting for this kid, which is a real shame because the parents obviously are not. If you're watching, the missing photo for him, he's very battered. and the parents were not cooperating, which is a bummer.
Did it.
Well, and a lot of times when that happens, it means because the kid is deceased. So I'm really, really glad he's not.
Yeah.
But so you get that level of it and you're like, what? Wait, what? And what's this compound? Like, what's going on? And then you find out that he's a part of what they're calling a ministry, which is obviously a cult. They're a part of this cult that's called Straightway Ministries. And it also has a couple other NFL players in it, ex-NFL players.
What is it with like violent men that turn to religion? Like, wasn't there this guy, this like warlord, I believe in West Africa, who like became a minister, and then he was like, "Well, can't get me because I'm a man of God." I said, "I'm sorry."
I mean,
what is this?
It's pretty across the board. That happens all the time because you can just put the word minister, Bible, God on any amount of crime.
General Butt Naked. That's correct. That was his name when he was killing people.
Was it?
Yeah, General Butt Naked. Because he would get naked and do a bunch of amphetamines with kids.
But he said Bible.
He said Bible time. I'm a minister now. I'm sorry.
I mean, man, the number of times this has happened over the course of history is probably innumerable. Like, I can't – people just do this all the time. But so this guy who runs this church is so the NFL player – who did this to his kid, who was not reporting his kid, is not the lead guy. He just attends this church, along with some other football player whose name is like, it's a name that I'm going to not be able to say because I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry.
I can try. Spell it out phonetically. Phonetically.
Where is it? Let me look at it. I'm sure it's in this article somewhere. His initials are KGB, which is interesting. But apparently this other football player, so not the son's dad, but this other football player has been in it longer. And he was getting a lot of attention from like Sports Illustrated and stuff because I think that he was like a good football man. I don't know. He's like he won like best kicks or whatever.
Best kick boy. Whee! He's the prettiest boy in the whole kicker boys.
Yeah. So he got more attention, but then I guess this other football player also joined this cult, and then this is when the son went missing. And now the son going missing is doing a really good thing, sadly, which is what's kind of happened with Micah Miller and their church is like now all these eyes are on this really bizarre
community
ministry, which obviously they're on a compound. They all live together. There's already a bunch of red flags there. But the leader of this church, let me find his name.
I feel like if you're on a compound, kids shouldn't be around, and CPS or somebody should come and say, hey, no. Like if you're in a bunch of adults and you want to be on a compound, I don't care. But as soon as like kids are involved, we gotta woo. What's going on here?
I mean, I agree, but the problem is that most people who start compounds specifically want kids there because they have a compound. They have a compound most of the time to do bad things to people. And kids are the easiest ones to fuck with.
Welcome to Birch Lane, where you can find a fresh take on classic furniture and decor. Every piece is handpicked and crafted to last for years to come. At Birch Lane, you can explore everything from outdoor sets to living room furniture and everything in between. And get fast, free shipping. It's classic style for joyful living. Shop now at birchlane.com.
Okay, let's talk about Claude, the if-you-know AI assistant that's got everyone buzzing. Claude is like having a super smart, emotionally intelligent buddy in your pocket that responds like a real person would. Claude can help with just about anything, whether you need advice, inspiration, or even someone to help craft that perfect text to your crush. Claude can switch from being your life coach to your personal stylist to your side hustle strategist all in one conversation. Head to Claude.com, that's CLAUDE.com, and start chatting with Claude for free.
So, okay, the other football player who's been in it longer, his name is Kabir Gabja. Biamila.
Great.
Yeah. And his family has spoken out. So Sports Illustrated was covering him because his wife and children fled from this cult and him. So this is an entirely different football player. Now, this football player, who is the father of the son who was just found. There we go. Yeah. So we're looking at that. If you're watching, we're looking at the article right now. Yeah, his name, and he goes by KGB, which is not the. I was confused when I was seeing it. It's not the KGB.
Because that was the Russian thing.
Yeah.
Somebody says it's Baha Biha Mila. Yeah, Chet's Jamaican Patios. Baha Biha Mila.
Would somebody else spell it phonetically?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'm sure if you like football, you might know him. Perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, so he's also a member, but he's not the leader. The leader's name is, where did he
Mr.
go?
Good Guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He goes by, sorry, everybody.
Pastor Lowell?
It's Charles Dowell.
Right.
So, you want to pull the picture up of him? This is
this guy?
big, strong man.
Oh, he's the big guy?
He's so strong. He's so big and strong.
I count so many red flags, and the gun isn't even one of them.
Just the guitar.
The guitar's worse than the gun, to be honest. I'd rather you pull never mind.
Well,
I was going to say I'd rather you pull a gun at a party than a guitar, but I actually take that back. Pull out a guitar. Pull out a guitar. I recount it.
There is, if you're watching, this is a picture from the Sun article about the cult. There's a menorah. There is several semi-automatics. There's a helmet. There is files. I don't know what's behind him there.
Is that a menorah?
It is. So they're full Old Testament.
Spooky.
I think they go by it's like Israelite stuff. I get confused by all of it, but they basically denounce Christianity, but are still using the Bible and like going by all the Old Testament stuff, like the real nasty shit, which is all a part of misogyny. Every time I'm like learning about these different groups who are going by the Old Testament, my question is, was the Bible written by incels?
Yes, it was, but because they were all monks and priests, and there's a lot of Bible that has been taken out. There's the agnostics, I think. Those were taken out. There's also some where they say Mary Magdalene took on Jesus's lineage, that Jesus gave her his sort of blessing to become the next Jesus. And the incels of the Middle Ages were just like, nope, and then scratch that out.
Yeah, because so the KGB guy, the other football player in this cult, there's in the Sports Illustrated article about all of it. He basically joined it with his family. He had 6 sons, and then they had a 7th child, and it was a girl. And apparently, it freaked him out to the point where he started reading all this Old Testament stuff that this church is really they advocate. And in the article, it says that he was searching through the Bible. He doesn't want to deal with women's stuff. He doesn't like the differences between men and women in the quotas. He says that in May 2017, he came across a chapter in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 11, that he interpreted as women are not created in the image of God. 7, a man ought not to cover his head since he is the image and glory of God, but women is the glory of man. For men did not come from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. Oh,
because women come from the rib. So women are considered by this, not full human beings. So it's okay to just treat us like shit. My thing is, I wish these men would just go live on an island. Go live on an island of men. If you love men that much, and if the men are the hot dog Jesus, then you go and hang out with men all day, but they can't.
Who they're going to yell at? Who are they going to scream at? Shake?
Yeah.
Also, so this is what the Bible says, which is so demonstrably false. Can I just say, obviously, men come from biological, they come from vaginas.
We are born we're born all girls.
We're all born female. Yeah.
That's why men have nipples.
If you believe human life begins at conception, then you started out as a little girl. All of you. Everybody was born female. So yeah, I want this. I don't even want to. I'm like, should I show this? It's going to make Amber so fucking angry. But I want to show you how this guy speaks.
Oh, and by the way, KITSUNEAH is gifting 50 tier 1 subs.
Damn,
that is so much. Thank you.
Oh my God, Amber, almost enough to show your foot, but not quite.
I know, because I was like, because I got a mani-pedi, and I was like, maybe if I got 10 subs, I'll show my feet.
I said, no, 10? No, you're worth more than 10 subs.
But this is a show on missing women and children. No one wants to jack off my feet at the end of it. Like, how tone deaf would I be? I'm not doing that. But thank you for giving 50 subs.
Thank you very much. Wait, KGB's wiki on April 13, 2016. He appeared alongside Republican candidate Ted Cruz and Scott Walker at a rally in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
God, again, send all of these men on an island. You can have we'll give you beer on tap. We'll give you football on TV. You can walk around naked and fling your dong around. Just go to this island and leave us alone.
Scott Walker. Yum, yum.
Would you masturbate? Would you rather masturbate to the thought of Ted Cruz coming inside of you or eat a spoonful of hot mayonnaise?
Hot mayonnaise, and I hate mayonnaise. Like, I would throw up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you have to come to completion, Natalie, thinking about Ted Cruz thrusting inside of you.
God, he's one of the most repulsive human beings. But so the other, not the father of the son who was just found, but the other football player within this cult was the one who appeared alongside Ted Cruz. But what the video I'm about to show you, this is the pastor who runs the whole thing, the guy who's teaching all of these football men and all these other people about how to be, right? So I'm going to play a little bit of this video.
I'm going to hate this. I know it.
It's entitled Mama Nelly Exposing Women's Wickedness.
Fuck you, man.
Better is the wickedness of a man.
Hold on. Better is the wickedness of a man. That's Sirach chapter 42. What verse?
14.
14. Listen what it says. Better is the wickedness of a man. Now hold on for a second. Better is the wickedness. Listen what it says. Better is the wickedness of a man. I want to stop right here just for a second. This is the Most High talk. You see, most of you people out there are offended with his program. You're offended with his word, his laws, and his ways because, see, I am the only preacher that y'all ever heard of in the whole of the internet that made these statements right here. I cannot find one place in the whole of the entire Bible where it warns a woman about a man. Go check me out. I dare you to find it. Find it somewhere. But better is the wickedness of a man than what?
Than a woman who does good.
Now, hold on. See, that is diametrically opposed to our thoughts today. I mean, people can't even rationalize
what the fuck
that
are you
in
talking
their mind.
about?
How do you square that in today's society and mind? Now, mind you, there's nothing new under the sun. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. I am Yahweh your Elohim. I change not, therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed. I will not alter or change anything that is gone out of my lips. Think about that for a second. You know what they're saying? That is actually saying all the good that a woman does, a man's wickedness is better than her good. And you know the reason why? I don't know, babe. Can you tell me the reason why? Tell us the reason why.
I think because even the good that we women do is laced with trying to gain something for our own good, for our selfish self.
We have to liberate her. She is so far
she's gone, baby. She's gone. She's one of the ones who's like his helper. She probably treats other women like garbage, to be honest. But that's just on their YouTube channel. That is on a YouTube channel called Straightway Helpmeets.
Because that's what they call women, is a helpmeet.
Yes.
Which is that's another term for a slave.
It is. And so that is that man, and that's the church that couple belongs to who was beating their son. There's also, don't worry, just dozens and dozens of sexual and physical abuse allegations against them. They are garbage. They're not good people in general. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. That guy, again, do you want to pull his picture up? Again, that same guy. He is a fucking tool. He's a piece of shit, and he looks like he has breasts. So if he's a masculine guy, those are some big old honking gazungas for a cis guy. I don't know if he's aware of that, but he's got some jubblies.
Yes, he does. So he goes on the island. I don't want his wife to go on the island, but she goes on the island too. The Isle of Men. What's on the island? Guns? They get all the guns.
Who are they going to hurt?
Each other.
They don't. That's why they don't pick up. They find smaller people who are willing to be submissive so that they can. I don't know.
I hate it. Now I want to get a gun again, Natalie.
I know.
No.
I know this is going to make you mad, but I felt like we should watch the man who is above the people why this child went missing, who probably did nothing more than maybe like say, I don't want to be in this cult. Maybe we could go to maybe I could like join like a baseball team or something.
God,
and
just
they were
beating up their kids. Yeah. If you beat up your kids like that, like you do that because they can't fight back because they're little bitty. You should be locked in a room with the biggest guy on earth. Like fight someone your own size.
Yep.
It pisses me off, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's cool.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Just everybody's beneath him and he gets to beat his kid.
But he's such a fucking loser.
Fuck
I don't know what else to
man.
say. Like
they're always in the car with sunglasses on. Yes, they are.
Oh yeah, with the wraparounds. Of course he is.
Because they have to hide their swollen, bloated alcohol face.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck them hard. I'm glad that I'm so sad that the kid had to go through that, and I'm very happy he's okay. He survived. I'm so thankful to his grandmother, who is the one going, they're in a cult. I don't know what to do. I need help. I'm worried for my grandchild. And so she's the one who's been speaking on the news and saying, I don't know how they ended up here, why they're doing this. And I'm glad that it's making people go look at this group because obviously some really bad shit is going on there.
I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's not being talked about that the police are now investigating. Oh, final angle 13. This goes back to the idea of original sin and everything being a woman does is tainted. Therefore, she can't be as good as a man. I like to swap it. And what if Lilith was the snake and said, free yourself from the trappings of Adam? Because you are his little slave in the garden and you were just she was just this little like helpmeet in the garden, and here comes Lilith saying, I'm going to give you knowledge.
I did wear my Garden of Earthly Delights corset today.
Yeah.
Just to celebrate being a fucking Jezebel. Yeah. So, the people who call themselves righteous in this way seem to be the worst people on earth.
Absolute worst.
So just remember that. Sometimes people say that they're good and they put on a facade and they're actually the worst of human beings.
And they always look to Hollywood and they're just, because we work in Hollywood and they're like, they're all Satan worshiping devil pedophile. I'm like, who's the pedophile now? Who's the kid beater now?
Well, yeah, and it's just saying the word satanic or whatever, it doesn't mean anything because you can justify all crimes with the Bible. You can do anything you want if you just say, well, Bible. It can be translated any way you'd like it to be. So that it just doesn't mean anything if you're just like, well, they're satanic. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What does that mean? Explain to me what you mean by that.
I saw a video of this woman on TikTok. She's looking at a video of J-Lo like eating spaghetti and she's like, they're rubbing it in our faces now. We have to go and kill them all. And I was
rubbing what?
I was like, what are you talking about? And then I looked at the comments. Something about eating spaghetti equates to like murdering kids. I don't understand what the fuck. I want to get a gun again, Natalie.
Society's cooked, man. I don't know what to do. Our brains there's social media mixed with a plague. I don't know how we're getting out of this.
No, we can be beautiful and good. There's some good things.
Puppet Jared, okay, but if there's no original sin, then why are women punished with monthly pain cycles and dudes are rewarded with quad bike ownership and cargo shorts?
That's right.
I know, you guys get all the fucking pockets. We've been fighting for generations for getting one pocket in our skirts.
That's right.
One pocket.
Women couldn't have pockets for a long time because it was thought you could hoard money and run away. And
well, yeah.
You can't. You're property.
I mean, yeah, to have a purse slows you down a little bit, which is why... I wear fanny packs, baby.
And then we got credit cards, and then now it's 2024. We can live on our own. I was watching Columbo, and there was an episode where this girl was living with her mom, and her mom was a bitch. And I was like, oh, girl, get out of there. Get a condo. Live your best life. And I was like, oh, she can't.
Yeah. Oh.
She can't. She's stuck.
She can't.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of ups and downs so far this hour. I was actually going to end this episode with what I call a shit sandwich.
Okay.
Where the bread's the shit and the center is the delicious fresh vegetables and cheese, whatever you want on it. So the first part of this, I just wanted to quickly talk about a big loss we had in the circus world over in Los Angeles. And I know that's not everybody's bag, but one of my close friends and somebody who trains a lot of us circus performers out here, the building that she trains in burnt to the ground on Sunday. Her name is Jordan. It has affected a huge community of the arts in Los Angeles, as well as her in there. The reason it burned so fast is the other side of the warehouse was a costume rental space, people and props, people who, it was like 40,000 pieces were in this warehouse, and it was the warehouse next to them that caught fire. I'm not sure still how it happened, but because it was right next door, the fire department couldn't contain the flames, and it jumped over and everything burned to the ground in like an hour. I mean, because there was so much flammable stuff, she lost literally every piece of her history. Oh. She lost tens of thousands of dollars of equipment.
Are people safe though? Like, was anybody in it?
Everybody is safe, which is all we can hope for. But the circus community lost this really important space, and we're trying to build it back up. And so I just want to throw out, if it resonates with anyone, this is my friend Ariel Jordan. You can go to the GoFundMe. I think we'll pop it in the chat. We obviously donated. If this at all resonates with you, please feel free to check it out. If you're just listening, you can just Google Ariel Jordan GoFundMe. But I just wanted to throw it out there because I love her. I've been training in that space for like 7 years, and it's just, man, stuff is just gone in an instant.
Damn, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, so sad. This huge warehouse, it's just, you go over there and it is gone. It burned to the fucking ground.
Where
it was
was
crazy.
it?
It's not Burbank. I don't know what, it's Glendale, thank you. It's like the Glendale area, and yeah, you could just see it from space how big that fire was, and it just went so fast. Damn. We don't know what happened. So that's the first part of the shit sandwich. The middle part, of course, is celebrating Miss Amber Nelson's birthday.
It's my birthday. And my mom just texted me and she said, I don't have any towers. Happy birthday, love you. No towers to call you. She'll call me tomorrow.
No towers?
Yeah, no towers. She's somewhere.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
She's in the forest?
I guess so. God bless Miss Nelson.
She said she can't call you because there's no towers?
Yeah.
Is that how it is around her house?
Yeah, there's no like cell phone reception. Like I have to specific time of the day to like communicate. It's just so far out there. But don't worry. The drag queens are going to come read the stories to their kids.
Wow. That's obviously, I know people don't have tower access. I don't know why. I'm just like, what? But so certain times of the day, it's easier to get reception.
Just where she's standing in a part of the house, and I know that she's awake and like,
wow. Well, that's wild.
That's how it is.
Well, the middle of this sandwich is that we are here celebrating you, and you're wonderful, and you're crushing it, and you're going to continue to crush it this year.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we're cheering you on.
Thank you.
And then I just want to end with the other part of the shit sandwich. I just want to give attention and love to I lost, actually right after the stream last week, I got the news that I lost a very close friend of mine. His name's Doug Sackman. He's close to my heart, but he's also it's a huge loss for the indie horror community. He worked in trauma, but like so much far beyond that. And he was deeply beloved. It was completely shocking. It wasn't like an illness or anything. It was very unexpected, and he just passed away in his sleep. And I just want to honor him for a second. And unfortunately, the way that he would want to be honored is drinking disgusting, syrupy liquor.
That's right.
He was a cartoon character. He was the best. I can't still really process that he's gone. He is the best of us. He is such a good man, and he was insane, and he lived off of candy and booze and steak, and that was it. And so he would want me to gag on this.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, Amber, I'm just gonna pull some shot glasses out here.
All right. I would like a little bitty one, unless your friend.
We'll do a little.
Yeah.
We'll just do a little tiny bit.
Perfect.
Of this disgusting
Bottoms
syrup
up.
liquor.
I guess it shows to appreciate life because you never know.
You really don't.
When it's going to end and what's after. But, Cheers, Natalie.
Cheers to you, Amber, and cheers to Doug. We're going to miss you. Fuck. And cheers, guys. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
That was great.
He would love that.
That was great.
I wanted to just end this on a couple little clips of Doug, who he's worked with Trauma for like 25 years. If you're not familiar with Trauma, it's an indie horror production company that is known for making disgusting and tasteless horror movies and producing them. So the first video I want to play is him promoting Trauma Dance, which is, by the way, it's very vulgar language, but it's basically promo for their film festival, because their point being that you'll see, but Sundance is elitist, and it's not actually an independent film festival. It's only for millionaires, and so they started their own indie film festival.
Sundance is elitist.
It is. So this is promo for that.
Robert Redford can suck my cock! Yahoo! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Yeah! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Yeah! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Yeah! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Robert Redford can suck my cock! Robert Redford can suck my cock!
Hail, Doug.
So he's Robert Redford started the Sundance.
Oh, okay.
So, as far as I know, he's a lovely man, but that's just how
funny.
they roll.
Yeah.
That was kind of how Doug was at all times, just like at that level. But the kindest, most wonderful, like, he just looked out for me for so many years of my life. I made a lot of horror with him, and he worked in special effects a lot of the time, but he's also locations manager. He worked on Trollville with us. If any of you've watched that, he plays the lizard guy in it as well. So I just wanted to end on a little bit of his 2015 SFX reel, because he mutilates me in it, and it makes me happy thinking about the memories we had and the times I got to be with him. Yes, he was also the latter-day Kabuki man for Trauma, Truffle 3 Fry. So yeah, I'm just going to end on that, and then we're going to go celebrate you and celebrate.
That's right.
his
Oh, do we
life.
have all of the the people who subbed?
Yep, sorry, 1 second.
Because I know KITSUNEHH subbed a bunch. Let's read the subs out and then play the video.
Let's read the subs, and then we're going to play this video on the way out. We got... Wait, Demon Lemur Nick's not new, is he?
No, he's been here.
Well, he subbed this month.
He subbed this
He
month.
subbed this month.
Demon Lemur, thank you.
Thank you. Super Cat Bros, Thomas the Twerk Engine, Scar626, Ace Rico, Benless is More, Truffle Fry, Tess Erzkbit, Redage Prop, and your garbage friend gifted 5 subs. Carrie Joe gifted 5 subs. Kitsunha gifted 50 subs.
Thank you, everybody,
Fuck
for
yes.
subbing and gifting. That's how we keep this network going. Thank you.
It is. And just keep the spirit of Doug. He lived every day with excitement and compassion for people. And that's what we should just move forward with.
I'm warm inside. Whew. All right, let's see this video.
It's probably going to get us banned off of that. I should have warned people. It was super gory. He did this bit for last week tonight.
Oh, you shoved him in the dick?
I stabbed him in the dick, yeah. Machete.
Hell yeah. That's your $7 machete right there. There's still a chance this could be a Volkswagen commercial. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. We love you so much. This is Someplace Underneath.
Sorry, I should have done content warning before that.
No zombies were harmed in the making.
No,
of the
everybody's,
video.
unfortunately Doug's passed, but nobody else was harmed in that.
And that's it.
He was a wonderful man.
Stick around for Tears of a Clown right afterwards. We've got a lovely guest.
I hope you're nice and sad for it now.
Bye.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Welcome to Birch Lane, where you can find a fresh take on classic furniture and decor. Every piece is handpicked and crafted to last for years to come. At Birch Lane, you can explore everything from outdoor sets to living room furniture and everything in between, and get fast, free shipping. It's classic style for joyful living. Shop now at birchlane.com.
Sun's out, snack's out, and My Mochi ice cream is your go-to summer treat. My Mochi's bite-sized beauties are only around 70 calories each. They're packed with cool, creamy ice cream and wrapped with soft, chewy dough. Totally satisfying, perfectly portioned, and ready to cool you down with every delicious bite. My Mochi ice cream fits your summer vibe. Treat yourself smart with a joyfully chill sensation of My Mochi. Look for the purple box of My Mochi at Walmart or visit mymochi.com to find a store near you.